Hello everyone, what's up? It's me again, Junkmaster3, and yeah, it's time for another review video. Actually, I decided to make the review in the kitchen area right now because I figured my previous review video was a little bit dark, so it was pretty hard to see anything. So that's the reason why I decided to do it right here instead. So, for today's film, today I'm gonna make a small little review of the film called, oh my god, Transylvania Twist, which was released in 1989, and this was directed by Jim Wynorski, believe it or not. So the storyline is basically it's about Dexter, what's his name, Dexter Ward, who's like kind of like the girlfriend of the female lead in this film called oh god, what's her name? Marissa Orlock, of course, and she's played by Terry Copley. And this is pretty much like a spoof on Nosferatu in a way. So if you know Nosferatu well, you pretty know the storyline. It's just basically with all of these horror references and funny jokes shoved into it as well. So, I mean, I don't want to spoil too much about it, but there is the opening titles is really amazing as well. It has like someone running from the woods or from some serial killer, I would say, or a slasher. I'm not really sure. I'm not gonna spoil that, but overall, the film is basically about the Dexter character and Marissa Orlock. Oh my god, sorry, I got hiccups right now. Well, it's basically about them, these two characters, and they want to go to the castle, her father's castle. But of course, I mean, her father is dead, and now instead of her father, there is the uncle of her character, who is played by Robert Vaughn, who pretty much plays like the Bela Lugosi character, or like, yeah, Orlok, whatever I want to call him. Byron Orlok is the name of the character in the film. So, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything else more than that, but it's basically a Nosferatu spoof in general. So, that's pretty much for the storyline. I mean, it's not really like Nosferatu from start to finish. It's just Nosferatu kind of inspired film, but with comedy sketch or stuff like that into it. So, now the thing is, I was so surprised of how much I enjoyed this film because when it comes to Jim Wynorski, I mean, he has made some really terrible films in the 90s and the 2000s, and he is, yeah, I mean, I would say his best film is Shopping Mall, and now I would say also along with this one. I was so surprised this was directed by Jim Wynorski because this does not feel like a Jim Wynorski film. And according to the trivia on IMDb, it says that Jim Wynorski replaced the original director for some weird reason. So maybe it's just like he didn't really have that much to do with it. I'm not really sure, but it's just weird. Also, some other actors that appear in this is Brink Stevens. She has a very small little like cameo role type in a way, who plays like a vampire seductress in a car. And then also you have, of course, Angus Scrimm from the Phantasm films, who plays like the servant character of Robert Vaughn's character. And I thought he did a really great job. And the fun thing as well is that this has so many like references to other films. So if you've seen some of those films, you pretty much will enjoy this even more, I would say, because they do have spoofs and or like references to Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Hellraiser, Phantasm. Yeah, I probably missed something else. The Exorcist as well, to a certain degree. So I really loved all of the references and the way they delivered them, because sometimes when you watch a film that has so many like references to other films, they tend to do that very fast and too fast for me to just catch up with some of those jokes or references. So, but this had a really nice little pace, and it's not too long either. It's just about like 1 hour and 27 minutes. And the soundtrack as well, I would say, is really memorable and really funny, especially when they're just going to the castle and they get picked up by this guy in a carriage, and also I must say that that scene was just amazing. It's basically the main character starts singing just for the sake of singing, and then they ask him like, why do you sing like that? No, it's just to make the time go faster, basically. Oh yeah, I really like this one. So and acting as well. I mean, the acting might not be like awesome, but I mean, the way this felt like a Fright Night film to me, because it has vampires in it and it's sort of like a comedy as well at the same time. And yeah, and the acting, I mean, the acting is really good. I mean, in general, I would say. And also the practical effects, I would say it's not that violent as well. So if you're not very used to horror films, I mean, this is a really great little horror film to start with, I would say. I'm not really sure if you would start with it because it has so many other references, but if you are a horror fan in general and you've seen all the films that I've already mentioned, you would enjoy this really, really much. I did not expect myself to like this film so much as I did. So, and of course it's a Roger Corman production as well. So yeah, yeah, that's pretty much all the things that I can say about it. I don't think I've left out anything else. And also the sets, I forgot about that. The sets looks really nice. It looks like a really old castle, even though I'm pretty convinced that the outside shots of the castle is just some probably stock footage or something from something else. But I mean, that doesn't really matter because I mean, it's the jokes and the actors and the characters that really makes this film very memorable. Yeah, if you like those films that I mentioned, and if you like horror comedies in general, or if you like Fright Night, this one is the film for you. So yeah, what can I say? I would say I would give this film an 8 out of 10. That's how much I enjoy this. And still, I mean, I know I mentioned this before, but Jim Wynorski directed this. This is just really baffling to me. So yeah, he made some really amazing films back in the day as well. So yeah. Well, anyway, that's my review for Transylvania Twist. I hope you enjoy, and I try to make it as spoiler-free as possible when I make my reviews, and also try to cover all the things in the film that I feel important, like acting, writing, special effects, characters, music. I mean, that's really my thing when I make my reviews. So, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and keep your eyes open for the next one. So yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.